Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and really talk with you and stuff about some fun stuff. So first up, something I forgot to mention it in earlier video, but I said I was, so I'm mentioning it now, which is that earlier I said something like that I didn't know this happened, and for some people it's like not a big deal, but for me I'm really excited about, is that I have over 200 followers on Instagram, which is cool. Speaking of Instagram, yesterday was stressful for me. Because yesterday, so Instagram won't let me tag people, and it's becoming really annoying. And so at first, my first thought was, at first it was on my main account, and I didn't check my other accounts, which, by the way, I don't have access to my Teen Time with Wally account, but I kind of don't care because I never really did much of anything on there anyways, and there wasn't a ton of followers, and I'm about to explain why I don't have access to it now. So, then I went like, okay, like, no big, like, okay, no big deal, it won't be for long, like, because it basically just said we restrict certain content and please try again later. So I'm like, okay, tried again later, still wasn't, and basically ended up not fixing it, but not knowing how to fix it. And so I put a thing on my Instagram story, basically like asking like if any of you guys knew how to fix this sort of issue, please let me know. That way I can try and hopefully fix it. And I got one reply to it, and unfortunately it was very unhelpful for me, but I appreciated it. It was from a JoJo fan page. And they said, basically what they ended up saying was that, if you have like an iPhone 6, it's that sometimes social media platforms stop working for you, including like Instagram and TikTok, and I kind of knew first up. I don't have an iPhone 6, so that couldn't be the issue. I have a track phone, which I feel like people make fun of track. I feel like track phones are like not popular and not cool and like kind of point. Like for some people, they look at it and it's like you got a track phone, like they look down on it. But for me, it's actually a good phone. Like it's a really nice, good phone. I feel like I can do almost everything but FaceTime that you can do with like an iPhone. Yes, it's not like the greatest quality camera, but the camera on it is pretty good. Because it works pretty good. Like I'm not seeing issues with it. The only two things is that you can't FaceTime on it or anything like. I think you actually can video chat though. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet because I think you can. The reason I haven't tried it yet though is because I never call anyone on my phone. I text people, or like, and by people I mean my niece and my sister. And Bella gets a phone one day and I get the phone number for it, then I will text her. But like I text her mom sometimes, but that's through my iPad. And also the only other thing is that it's really hard to find phone cases for unless you go to like an actual track phone like website. Because every time I look up like phone cases for it, it all like measures in like iPhones and Androids like and stuff and Samsungs and stuff. Not track phones. So it's like impossible to find a phone case. And I got a phone case for my 14th birthday. My parents basically got me a track phone, and the funny thing about it is that the night before my 14th birthday, and I was on FaceTime with Bella, and at this point I saw like one gift, like I didn't know what it was, but I saw it like wrapped and stuff, and that was like, oh, like that was what I was gonna like open on my birthday. It was like my actual gift that I had then, because my main gift was that we were going to build the bear, and I was gonna get to build a JoJo Siwa Build-A-Bear. Ended up they didn't have any JoJo accessories left. They sold out, but I still got a fun rainbow bear, and I like it. And unfortunately, I need to bring it in from the garage. But it's nice. And yeah, and it looks pretty cute for the most part. But that, and also we were gonna get like lunch somewhere. And it doesn't sound like much, but also Build-A-Bear is expensive. And I was getting the bear and some accessories and stuff. But yeah, one thing led to another. So that was like a fun little like 14th birthday. I feel like it's just fun and random, and for me at the time that's what I wanted to do for my 14th birthday. But now I'm like, I probably won't pick that. But I do love Build-A-Bear still. I like getting in like a bear and stuff there or like something, and I like just collecting it, like not ever using it, just letting it sit around, but collecting it is more of my thing. That's the way I feel about Shopkins and Real Littles. But anyways, I got a phone case for it, but that was, it's a very basic, boring, kind of like fuchsia colored phone case, but I like fuchsia. It's my favorite color, so I'll take. Well, it's my favorite next to rainbow with glitter, then rainbow, and then it's fuchsia. I like it a lot. But anyways, I forget how I got there. But for me, like I wanted, anyways, yes. So I ended up like having. Oh wait, now I know how I got there. And so I like nicely replied to the fan page and went like, thanks for trying to help, but I have a track phone, not an iPhone, but like thanks, thanks. Just like something very nice. And that's basically what I said. And then they replied like no problem. Which was great. But we ended up not fixing it, and so then I had this genius idea yesterday that was kind of like, in theory, I don't know if it was good or not, because first up, if any of you know, did Instagram take away the updates? Because let me explain what happened. So I had this idea to write down all the passwords. I asked my dad 4 times, do you have all of the passwords written down? Because without the passwords, I would lose control over all accounts. And then, so we had all of them written down. We deleted Instagram, re-downloaded it. We got into Sam's account pretty easily. And we got into another one of my accounts, my my_style account, because I tried making like a fan page, but every time I go to post and tag people on any of my accounts, it will like let me do it once and then it stops. Don't know why. So the re-download got into the My Style account after we got into Sam very easily. And then we struggled getting back into my main account. Now we lost control over the teen_time with Lolly, like a teen_time_ with _Lolly. But I don't really care too much. In fairness, I've been trying to delete that account for a while now. But on other news, so for some reason, we finally, like after dance, only we got back into my main account, we're good. But it didn't have the upgrade. Like Instagram at first had like at the bottom you have like a button that you could press to go to your page, and you can see like your account, what's posted on your account is like your page only. Then there's then there was a button next to it which was for like whenever someone would like or comment on one of your posts or reply to a comment that you commented on. So what I mean is like if you replied, like if you commented on something and someone replied to that, like all of those notifications from that, or just someone commenting on your stuff, or just liking in your stuff, would go to this thing and you could like see and stuff. But then there was another button, and that was like the center button, which would allow you to post stuff and also like access your Instagram stories and let you choose like Instagram story post, live stream, like all sorts of stuff. And there was also one other button, I think, or some. Yeah, there was like a couple other buttons. I know one was like home, which takes you just straight to like your home screen, like when you first go into Instagram. And so anyways, they used to be at the bottom, and at the top was like where you could see like access to your DMs and stuff. But then Instagram went through these upgrades or something. Like they went through like upgrades and basically put everything at like they put like everything but your home and your search button and your button to go to your account only. They put like one of the buttons up, well, two of the buttons up top next to like your DM with like your likes and like comments, that sort of thing, like. And then there was like the button to like post things and stuff like that. Well, when I deleted Instagram, re-downloaded it, got back into into three of my accounts: Sam's, my Style account, and my main account. It switched back. And I don't know why, like it switched back to where the buttons are at the bottom again. And I kind of don't like that, but I also, like, I don't hate it, I just don't like it too much. Because there's a lot of, because the thing is that at night I go on Instagram, and like the reasoning is I go under the covers and I go on Instagram because my mom doesn't primarily like. My mom likes to go to bed really early, like at 8 o'clock. And so she likes to go to bed at like 8 o'clock. But then, and she likes, but then me and my dad both like stay up a little bit usually of what we like. But now, basically, so what happens is that I go under the covers and I go on Instagram, and my dad's fine with that. Like, I don't know about my mom, but my dad's fine with it. So we're making it work, and it's a big part about like, well, nothing. Like it's just like, but when that happened, it was nice because a lot of the time I would have the blanket like pulled over me, so no one could see light or anything because I don't. Like there's just no light and stuff, but I would have the phone on top of like my chest, and then I would use one hand holding it and like scroll and like stuff and do everything one-handedly, and it was easy because I could just use my thumb and press to like post something and like that. But now with it at the bottom, I have to use my other hand, which for me at night I like to be lazy, so that's kind of pointless for me. But I want to go on that, but I did want to talk about how I'm excited because I think we're doing a JoJo song in hip hop tonight. I am gonna do it back here, even though I don't have to. But personally, and my parents might be a little like weirded out about it because I always like try to do it like in the living room because of space. But since the reasoning that I'm doing it back here is because, well, I might do it back here is because of the fact that first up, it's a true. Yeah, I might do it out there, actually. I don't know yet. But it's a JoJo Siwa song. I think. I don't know. The reason I say that is because because our hip hop teacher who I have connections with, I have a connection with, and basically last week she like asked him like if we knew like any songs that worked with hip hop that we want to use that work like if we had any songs that we wanted to use that works with hip hop that doesn't have bad words in it because she struggles with finding that sometimes. And the thing is, so like I'm always like I feel like the person that in ways not the under person, but like I like not the like underdog or something. But for me, I definitely like it's different for me because like for me, I'm the one that like in class I'm always the one that picks up fast. Meaning, so by the time that I would be done, have learned a whole routine, we're still on like the first 6 steps because because I noticed that with the worldwide when it comes to combos, this is good and bad. Because I mean it's good because like it's important to like help people and like it's important. What I mean by that is like when it comes to dance, like it's important and for everyone to be able to learn the combo on their speed, but at the same time that's why it's good but bad because in dance you have to learn how to pick up fast. And if you kind of like keep holding back and going over one section and for one person, it's not going to teach them to pick up fast. It's just going to be like, oh, I can take my time learning this and not stress about it. out of it because you can spend an hour going over this one section. But for the most part, it's a good thing. Sometimes I feel like it should be encouraged and for people to have to kind of, it should be encouraged to only, like, a certain amount of time of going over something, meaning like, and I think that certain amount of time should be like 4 times. Now, if they already know it and we're just like going over that section just to make sure we know it, that's fine. But like when it's like, oh, they don't know it, they're not picking up on it, they should have 4 chances to go over it. Like 4 times where we go over that specifically for them. Because it's not going to teach them to pick up fast. I'm probably going to do it out there, actually. But like, anyways, it's going to be, like, because I like doing it out there, space, and it's just nice and stuff. And the whole reason I even started dancing in the living room and stuff, like during my Zoom classes in the living room, was straightly because one day my mom was on the phone with my sister, and my mom brought up how like she spends all this money on dance and never gets a show because she had no clue what we were doing. So I said, I can do it out here. And they were kind of like, so I went like, okay, I can just take the class out here because when I'm not in, but when I'm in dance and I'm giving everything I got and stuff. But when I'm not in dance, I'm not, sometimes here and there I'll like work on something, but for the most part, I try to either save my energy for dance, or I just got out of dance and I'm tired, or I'm trying to like enjoy a day without dance, if it's like a day that I don't have dance. But for me, it's a back and forth thing. But it's definitely a back and forth thing on that side because I finally just kind of went like, I'm always the one that never votes on anything. I'm always the one that is like, whatever everyone else wants, I'm fine with and stuff. And I feel like it's a mixture of things. I feel like and the weird thing about me is that when it comes down to dancing, just like dancing for people, I don't, like, if I can physically see them, it's not that I get scared, it's just, I feel like I almost go back into that place to where, like, I never really got to go into. That makes, like, it was always, like, growing up, like, every once in a while, like, my crush would try to encourage me to sing and stuff, and, like, and push me to sing, and, like, I basically would be, like, terrified, but even if it's, like, people I wouldn't say I'm, like, I just get so much in my head, if that makes sense, and I kind of almost psych myself out sometimes. And I do get a little bit nervous sometimes, but not really nervous. It's more just like, I have to nail this. Because if I don't nail it, then I'm letting myself down. So, like, the pressure of letting myself down. So, yeah. So it kind of is a thing versus when I'm dancing in front of like real professional, like famous people, I go through it and I'm fine. Like I feel like when I go through it in front of professional people, well, I feel like almost like I know I can nail it, and I feel more like this is gonna be easy for me because I'm technically I'm technically not a professional dancer. That makes sense. Like I don't get paid to dance, but I'm on the right track of becoming one, and that makes sense. Which for me, it's just something different. Here's an airplane going over. Please ignore it. Sorry, my eye was kind of itchy. But we're good now. But we're good now that the airplane is gone. And stuff. And yeah, and by the way, that might have looked like I was showing like a bad word, like the middle thing. But I generally wasn't trying to. I was pointing up because the airplane was going above us. But anyway, I always have been like a person that I am. And I feel like I definitely throughout my life have changed here and there, but little things, every once in a while, or something new comes along that I like. But for me, lately, I feel like almost like when I dance in front of people that I know, I go back into that place that before I never knew, I never really went towards, and there was times when I started to go towards it, but then, and I never fully went there because my crush was always pushing me, and keeping me from going there, and keeping me, following my dream and pushing me, but never forcing it, if that makes sense. He was always, very much come on, you're really good at it. And come on, sing, you're really good at it, do it for me, but if you don't want to, you don't have to, but you're really good at it, you're gonna do great, so it was always like that, and so I never experienced it. And so, yesterday, I kept that in mind in dance. And I danced to the point where I left everything into my dance. I put everything in my dance. I put the happy, positive side of me, my personality. I put the me that struggles with losing her crush. I put it all, everything in me, every emotion, everything about me. I tried my best to put in my dance and let it all out. And it turned out amazing. And for me, even though it wasn't perfect, yes, here and there, here and there, I kind of mixed up certain parts. But in fairness, we only had 30 minutes to learn it and go over it a couple of times. So you kind of can't blame me. The dance mom, everyone that was on dance mom, they had a whole hour and I feel like when we have a whole hour, I do amazing, like good enough to where I can walk out and put it on stage and make it look amazing. But when it's 30 minutes, it's a little more challenging. And one was only half a routine, I think, because of the fact that we only had 30 minutes, and also it was the advanced combo, and also we had internet issue because, well, we didn't, it was the LA studio, which is where Gianna Martello was. Us had a little bit of an internet issue and basically didn't want to cooperate. But for me, doing a JoJo song tonight means so much to me. And even though I don't know if we're doing it tonight, we might be doing it some other Thursday night. We may not even do it at all, but I think we are doing it due to that she did like the message when I said she put a heart on it, so I think she liked it. But like, I finally just stepped up and said, hey, can we do a JoJo song? And she seemed to like the idea. But it means so much more than just dancing to JoJo. Yes, I love JoJo, and it's amazing that we're getting a chance to probably dance to a JoJo song. But it comes down to where JoJo is like, it goes way farther than that. And it kind of is like, for once, something I decided is gonna happen, and it's something that is gonna be amazing.